Today, on another exciting episode with Wisdom House with Nikki, I'm going to be talking about in-laws versus outlaws. I like to play with words, so yeah, I love that. In-laws versus outlaws, the power of boundary in marriage. So let's dive into it. So when the couple, the husband and wife, they come together, they make the decision, man and woman, they decide, oh, we want to get married, okay? And they become a couple. The love is young, is sweet, is beautiful, but it also needs to be protected. And that is where it's so important to have boundaries. Now, in-laws exist usually with the couples, right? If their parents are alive, their siblings are alive. They care for the couple. In most instances, they want to be supportive. They want to, they want to be there to help the couple. But it's so important that even when you have that support from your family, from the in-laws, it's so important as a couple to decide how you want to create boundaries with the extended family. I like to think the best of people, and I want to think even when family try to, give advice, is from a good place. So I want to just quickly state some point that I think should guide how you want to think about boundary for your marriage. So number one, it's so important that within your marriage, you create opportunity for good communication, opportunity for each of you to share with one another. Because the way I think about it, if your spouse is comfortable in talking to you, sharing their ideas with you, you will be the place they want to come to, And we also have to understand that they've always known their parents, their family for so long, and they have a level of comfortability with them for them to want to share their concerns with them, or their problems, or their challenges, or just talk to. But it's so important when it comes to decision about the both of you, the couple, that the couple should be making that decision together in agreement. Okay? The decision that is gonna, especially decision that will impact both of you, the couple, maybe the number of children you want to have, where you want to maybe go vacation, where you want to live, those decisions that will impact both of you. It's so important that in-laws are not making that decision for the couple, and that's where boundary is important. Again, I know there is no subject matter expert. Your couple, your parents, or the in-laws may come as subject matter experts in some areas. Maybe so somebody is very good. The husband's father, for example, is very good with finance, understands the other person's parent, understand things about real estate, those kind of things. You will get, of course, listen to advice, get advice from parents, from family. That is good. Positive advice is good. But when it comes to making that decision, the final decision for both of you as a couple, you should be making it for together about what is important for both of you, not what the in-law wants. Okay? And I say this, when the in-laws want to start to decide how you spend your money, how you spend your time, how you raise your children, when they want to begin to do that, make that decision for you, against how you want it to be, then I say those in-laws have become outlaws, and you need to know that, okay, now boundaries being encroached. And I said this even in my book, Marriage Alive. Something I brought the attention of the couples to is, you are comfortable with your parents and your family does not necessarily mean your spouse will have that same level of comfort with them. So I think that's natural. They may not be as comfortable with them as you are. So you should understand, if your spouse is saying, I don't want them in this part of my business, or in this part of our business, you should, the other, the spouse should understand why, because you getting to know them as well. They've always been your parents, for example, and you've known them for so many years. You've come to understand them, but you have to give time for comfortability. So I say all this to say this. While in-laws are well-meaning, it's important that couples should have boundaries for how much the in-laws can intervene, interject in the decisions that are pertaining and pertinent to the couple. And I hope as we are making decisions in creating those boundaries, and I say there's no garden that you will need to fence, or protect, because as much as the garden is beautiful, it needs to be protected as well. So think about it, create those boundaries so that your spouse will not feel, oh, someone else is trying to, hijack the decision-making engine of this family. And both of you can work together in making those decisions and in being firm, gentle, but surely creating those boundaries with the in-laws.